Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 home seller success stories, and I want to share with you specifically why I made certain recommendations for each seller's home in order to best prepare it for the market. We'll also look at each seller's end goal that they had desired and their personal motivation for selling their home. And with these 2 paramount ideas in mind, we'll see how we created a sales strategy that got a successful sale for each of these clients. First, we're going to head out to Plainfield, Illinois, a far southwest suburb of the city, and we're looking at this 4-bed, 2.5 bath, single-family home built in 2014. Overall, this house is still very young. Things like the major mechanicals are all in great shape. The home had beautiful curb appeal, a finished basement, updated kitchens and baths. So our strategy here was really finding a way to highlight all these beautiful features that already exist within the home, and I recommended to the seller that we prepare most for photography. Because the home is in such great shape, photos are our #1 factor to bring people into the door. What that entailed was decluttering the entire house. For example, in the kitchens, we removed everything off the countertops. In the bathroom, opened up the shower, removed all personal items, picked up the bath mat. These small features allowed the photographer to come in and really capture the home's true essence. Even things like a toy room, for example, which in the photo looks like an office or a piano room. Believe it or not, this room was wall-to-wall toys for his child's playroom. We removed every toy one by one and set the stage for this room to look very open and neutral and inspiring to every potential buyer. All of the seller's hard work and efforts preparing his home for good photography paid off. The photos came back great, the listing went live online, we had a flurry of showings, and within 2 weeks this home was under contract, and less than 30 days later sold at a price the seller was very happy about. I also kept in mind that the seller's intentions was to sell this home quickly and of course for a strong price, but it was more important for him to get a reasonable price but sell the house fast. Of course, I always want my clients to get the most for their home. So we took a deep dive into comparable sales in his neighborhood. Because this community was developed in 2014, many of the homes have the same style and floor plan, and therefore it was relatively easy to compare apples to apples. And therefore we looked at the last 3 recent sales for similar homes and priced his just below those. This strategy attracted the most buyers versus pricing high and riding the market out with price drops. That was not the strategy that the seller wanted to go with, and so we chose to be very competitive on our asking price. For the next house, we're going to head to the northwest suburbs of Hoffman Estates. Unlike the last home that was a single-family detached, this is an attached 2-story townhome style condo in a large condo development that was built in the late 1970s. As you can imagine, many of the condos in that community have undergone various amounts of renovation, and so every condo is a bit different, even if they had the same floor plan. So the day that I met the seller, I brought with a whole variety of comparable sales in the neighborhood so we can compare the look, feel, and condition and finishes of those homes to her home and strategize how we wanted to present this house in the market. Her home was already beautiful. It had laminate flooring throughout, freshly painted in neutral colors, in-unit laundry, and was pretty much market ready. However, the mechanicals were showing their age. So I advised my seller that an investment in a new air conditioning unit would be a strategic and well-spent investment to bring in a strong buyer. Had we tried selling the home with an old and non-working AC, it would produce a lot of trouble and headaches down the road once you get under contract, not to mention lower priced offers would be coming in as buyers would see that as an opportunity to ask for a significant discount. In addition to updating the AC, I had the seller, similar to the last home, go through and do a simple declutter of the house. And what this entailed was removing artwork off of the walls, taking personal affects out of the bookshelf, removing unnecessary rugs and things off the floor like baskets or small end tables, and leaving only essential furniture in the house in order to highlight things like the floor and the neutral paint that we wouldn't want to cover up, since these were natural selling features of the home that we wanted to highlight in the photography. And again, great photos brings buyers in the door. We decided also to focus a lot of our attention outside on the rear gated patio. This was a huge selling feature of the home, and so I expressed to the seller it was very important for us to highlight the beautiful features of this part of the condo, as not all condos in the community had this backyard. We cleared out all the weeds, cleaned it out, made it look open and fresh and inviting, and highlighted this in our listing because we were going live at the beginning of summer when many buyers are looking for and appreciating outdoor spaces. When it came to pricing, the seller was very motivated to sell quick, and so we kept this in mind when pricing the home. Since it wasn't a community, a large community with very similar sales, we took a look at all of the past sales in the last year to get a good snapshot of the low end and the high end, and we decided to price right in the middle, and this strategy definitely paid off. We received 16 offers in the first 48 hours and went so far over asking that the ultimate sales price landed us on the high end of that price range. For our last success story, we're gonna head to the south suburbs of Oak Lawn, and we're going to look at a 1-bed, 1-bath condo. Except, unlike the last condominium, this isn't a single unit building condominium. That means it's one building with the units in it, not part of a larger development. Most of the condos in Oak Lawn were built in the 1960s and 70s, similar to the last one, and therefore condition and appearance varies widely from one unit to another. When I met with the seller, she told me right away the condo is very outdated, and I want you to tell me what I can get if I sell it outdated or if I put some money into it, renovate it, and then put it on the market. And so we did exactly that. We compared sales of non-renovated versus sales of renovated, and then looked at the cost it would take the seller to do updates such as spraying the cabinets, installing new countertops, all new flooring, new paint, doors, trim, light fixtures, and plumbing fixtures. It sounds like a lot, but when we added up the cost of that investment and compared it to the potential sales price of a renovated 1-bed, 1-bath in Oak Lawn, it made a lot of sense to go ahead and do those updates. And this strategy definitely paid off. In less than 2 weeks, the seller had received an offer that she was very happy with, and less than 30 days later, closed. Those are just 3 of our recent seller success stories, but here at the Crotty Group, we can help any seller with any home in any location, and we'll meet you where you're at in the process using your budget, your timeline, and your motivations to help you come up with a strategic sales plan. We'll show you all your options so you can go into your home sale confident knowing that you're making the right decision to get you the right outcome.